Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We got the final game of this 3-game series. It's a rubber match between the Texas Rangers and Toronto Blue Jays. And leading off for the visiting Texas Rangers, playing center field is Rivers. Batting second, playing second is Francone. Batting third, playing shortstop is Young. Batting fourth, playing right field, is Gonzalez. Batting fifth, playing first base is Textera. Batting sixth, doing the catching is Rodriguez. Batting seventh, playing third base is Bell. Batting eighth, playing left field is Greer. And on the mound, batting ninth is Bobby Witt for the hometown Toronto Blue Jays. We got leading off, playing second base Alomar. Batting second, playing short Fernandez. Batting third, playing first base Holderud. Batting fourth, playing third base Carrera. Batting fifth, playing right field Barfield. Batting sixth, playing center field Vernon Wells. Batting seventh, playing left field Stewart. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Witt. And on the mound, batting ninth is David Wells. And let's get down here to the stadium, get this game started, folks. Lead it off for the Rangers is Mickey Rivers, batting .250 with a homer and 2 RBIs. This is David Wells' first appearance of the year. And in 2000, he was 20-8 with a 4.11 ERA. And the Rangers are now a half a game in second behind the Mariners. And you see Rivers batting .250, Pudge batting .333, Hamilton 167, Howard 091, and Kinsler 400. See Madlock with a 1.12, Bosman with a 0 ERA, Nolan Ryan with a 6 ERA, Darvish with a 3. Let's get down here to the field with the first pitch. And here's the pitch to Mickey. And that's going to be well hit. Mick's going to start this game off with a base hit, and that ball is high. That ball is far, and Mickey Rivers with his second homer of the year gives the Rangers a 1-0 lead. And Julio down by the Bayside's batting .250 with no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be against the lefty 5, and that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And David might not be long for this game, folks. Brings up Michael Young. Nobody out, runner on first. Rangers already up 1-0. And Michael Young's batting .250 on the year with a homer and an RBI. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be the first out of the ball game. It'll be hit down second. He'll get the lead runner out at second. Unable to turn to, Young beats the relay throw. And there's 1 down, and now Young's down at first for Gonzalez. He was batting .500 on the year, folks, with no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Barfield, out number 2. And old Tex is up, and Mark is batting .200 on the year, no homers and no RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one. He drives that ball out into right field. And with Young's speed, he should be able to score here. Barfield's got a cannon out there. Tell you that. A 39 arm. Awesome arm out there. And a 29 or lower, he'll score on this double, which is a 55. A 55 or lower. They're sending him here. Get a 2-0 lead, and they got it. RBI double by Tex. And it is now 2-0. Texas down at second with 2 outs for Pudge. And Pudge Rodriguez is batting .333 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And against a righty, that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball out to center. And the other Wells, Vernon makes the catch, but the Rangers scored 2. Go to the bottom of the first, Rangers 2. And the Blue Jays coming to bat with Alomar, Fernandez, and Olerud. And Roberto's batting .400, no homers and no RBIs. And this is Bobby Witt's first appearance of the year. In 1990, he was 17-10 with a 3.36 ERA. And the Blue Jays right now are a game back of the Yankees. Vernon Wells is batting .333. Fernandez and Alomar at the top of the order is off to good starts this year, batting .357 and .400. And Vladimir's off to a slow start, batting .114. John Olerud, look at that. The first 3 batters batting over .356. And you got Doyle Alexander with a 3.3 ERA as David joins us. And Jim Key has a 6.43 ERA. And Roy, 2.57. And poor Dave Steve, 11.25 ERA. And here's the first pitch from Bobby Witt. And that's going to be against the righty. An 11, and Bobby Witt gives up a leadoff single to Alomar. That ball finds its way in the left field. So the Jays got the leadoff batter aboard. And you got Tony Fernandez up. They're going to do a little hit and run here. It's been paying off for him. And Tony's batting .357, no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And on a hit and run, the runner will make it down the second. Only play for Bells over to first. So out number 1, runner in scoring position for John Olerud. And John is batting .417 as 007 joins us here. Check out his great channel doing the 2008 inside pitch. And John's got no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Bobby's got that dreaded W, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. And hold on a second here. As we got the wrong player in the game. There we go. And now we got Guerrera with runners on first and second. And 1 out. The Rangers looking for a double play ball. And Vlad, not very fleet of foot, might give it to him. Only batting a .154. He does have a homer and 3 RBIs, though. And that's going to be against a 15. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And that'll load the bases up, folks. So the Jays making some noise. This looks like it's going to be a slugfest, not a pitcher's duel. Bases loaded. Only 1 out, and Jesse Barfield's up. Roberto down at third. Olerud and Vladimir second and first. And Barfield at the plate batting .273 with no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. 34-1. Probably going to be fielding column 3. 34, yep, that'll be fielding column 3. And he strikes him out. Strikes Barfield out big out there. Can Bobby get out of this mess with nobody scoring? Vernon Wells is up batting .333. Base is full of J's. 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Wells. And he's going to get out of this mess with nobody scoring, folks. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. Young goes the short way over to second. And that's the inning, folks. The Jays, remember this inning, left the bases loaded. Didn't get anybody in with 1 out. We go to the top of the second in a 2-0 ball game. You got Bell, Greer, and WITT due up here. Buddy's batting .500, no homers and an RBI. And that's going to be against the lefty, 13 and an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Nice play by Vernon. Takes a base hit away from Buddy. So the Rangers are 2-2 with 29 strikeouts, 13 walks, 13 doubles. Toronto's 3-1, 43 strikeouts, 15 doubles, 15 walks, 9 doubles, and 2 triples. And Rusty's up now, and Rusty's batting .167. He does have a homer and an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tony at short, over to John for out number 2. And this is Bobby Witt's first plate appearance of the year. See if Bobby can get aboard here. And that's a swing and a miss. 1, 2, 3 goes the Rangers. To the bottom of the second we go. And you got the bottom third due up here for Toronto. Stewart, WITT, and David Wells. And Shannon's batting .200, no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Young. He fires over to Mark at first for out number 1. And that'll bring up Ernie WITT, batting .500 on the year, folks. Off to a great start. 1 homer and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Young. Another routine play. He fires over to first, and now there's quickly 2 outs. And David Wells comes up in the boomer. His first plate appearance in 2000, batted .167, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bobby strikes him out. 1, 2, 3 goes the Jays. To the top of the third we go, in the top of the lineup. You got Rivers, Francone, and Young. And Mickey started this game off with his second homer of the year. And here's the pitch to Mick. And that's going to be a deep flying ball. Stewart this time near the track makes the catch. Mickey looks like he's got David read pretty well. Just missed that one. And Francone comes up and he singled back in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Vlad at third. He fires over to John, and that'll be out number 2. And Michael Young's up now. And Michael reached on a fielder's choice and came around to score. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. Michael Young's aboard for the second time. And it brings up Gonzalez. And Juan Gonzalez is 0 for 1. He flew out the right. And with Michael Young down there at G. And now you got Gonzalez 0 for 1. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. He falls behind. David does on him. Can Gonzalez take advantage of the 2-0 pitch? And that's going to be against the lefty. That is going to be a single in the right field. Does Young want to take a chance getting down to third with Barfield's great arm down there? 50. 27. He's going to do it. 27. A 53 or lower. He's going to be safe at third. 53 or lower. And he's in there. So you got runners on the corner. And now you got Tex up. And Mark He had a RBI double his first time up. He's 1-for-1 today. Here's the pitch to Mark. And that ball is high. Forget about it. Texas showing off today. Kiss it goodbye. Vernon turns around, watches this one leave in dead center field, and it is now a 5-0 ball. Beat up here, folks. David Wells, rather. And they're going to let him try to get out of this inning. Rodriguez is up. He's 0-for-1 today. And that's going to be a base hit, infield hit. Now they got to get the bullpen up in a hurry here, folks. Rodriguez is on first with 2 outs. And Buddy Bell comes to the plate. And Buddy's 0-for-1. He flew out to center his first time up. And then kiss this one goodbye. And that's it for David. And this, like that, this game is good night, Irene. Buddy Bell with his first homer of the year makes it a 7-0 game. And the Boomers get involved. Can't get out of the third inning. Let's see who we're going to bring on now. This is going to be a bullpen game for sure. Their bullpen's all right, but they don't got no long distance guys. Ward's going to come in, trying to suck up some innings here, as David can't get out of the third inning. Sure. And where's Dwayne Ward at? Spells his name wrong. And this is Ward's second appearance. No record with no ERA. Nobody on, 2 outs, and Rusty's up. He's 0-for-1, grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit. They're just teeing off on anybody. Ward comes in and it gets lit up right away with a double by Rusty. So a 2-out double. Another runner in scoring position. And now Bobby WITT, can he get into the action here and get a base hit? And Bobby's 0-for-1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and that'll finally end the inning. Texas scores 5, 3 of them on the homer by Mark. And we go to the bottom of the third in a 7-0 ball game. And we got the top of the order due up here. Blue Jays got to start making some hay. Alomar, Fernandez, and Olerud. And Roberto's 1-for-1 today. Singled in the first. That's going to be a base on balls, and Bobby don't want to start doing that with a 7-run lead. Say he's not the best control pitcher, that's for sure. He had 110 walks and 222 innings. Now you got Tony up, runner on first. Tony grounded out the third his first time up. Not this time, folks. And against the righty, 14. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. And down by 7. You're going to stop at second. Not taking a chance on that. So now you got first and second. And nobody out. And these Blue Jays trying to get right back in this game. John Olerud, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be a deep fly ball. Rusty's got room just short of the track. Makes the catch for out number 1. And Vlad comes up. And Guerrero's 1-for-1. He's singled back in the first. And that's going to be against the righty of 15. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. Infield fly rules in effect. And that'll be out number 2. And it's up to Jesse Barfield. Remember, the Blue Jays left the bases loaded in the first inning. And Jesse's 0-for-1. He struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Michael at short. And he's going to go long way over to first. And that'll be the inning, folks. And again, the Blue Jays strand too. We go to the top of the fourth, 7-0 game, and the top of the order's due up here again for the Rangers. Rivers 1 for 2 without homer. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Ward strikes him out for out number 1. And old Julio's up, and he's 1 for 2. He's singled back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Vernon for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here in the fourth. And Michael Young, can he get something going here? He's 1 for 2. He's actually been on base both times. Reached on a fielder's choice, came around the score in the first, singled, and came around the score in the third. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Vlad's not that great of a fielding third baseman. 44 and a 3 is going to probably be fielding column 3, and it is. That's going to be an E5. So the defense ain't helping out much here today either. And that gives the Rangers an extra out. Can Gonzalez take advantage of it? He is 1 for 2. Singled and came around the score in the third. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Gonzalez out. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Still 7-0 Texas. Well, Stewart and Witt due up here in the fourth. And Vernon is 0 for 1. He reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second for out number 1. And Shannon Stewart comes to the plate. And Stewart, he grounded out back in the second. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be another ground ball. And again down the short. He might want to hit the ball somewhere else besides down to Young. 2 quick outs here. And Witt, who's been hitting the ball well, he also grounded out back in the second inning. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And again, can Michael set a record held by many? 35 and an 8. It's going to be fielding column number 2. And that's going to be an error by Young. So an E6 for Young. And that keeps the inning alive. And that's going to be it for Ward. So he's going to be pitched hit 4. Tom will come in the game and pitch, I guess. I'm going to be using this whole bullpen up today. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. I think they only got one lefty on the bench. Yep. And Carlos is going to come off the bench here, try to get the Jays on the board and cut into this lead. And Carlos is 0 for 6 on the year, looking for his first base hit. And that's going to be a base on balls. And all of a sudden now with 2 outs, Bobby's got himself in a little bit of trouble here. As we go back to the top of the order in Alomar, and Roberto is 1 for 1. He has walked and singled. And that's going to be against the righty. An 11. And that is going to be a single in the right field. And I don't think Ernie's going to probably score on this, but we'll check. They might have to send him just to try to get on the scoreboard here. First and second, a single in the right field. 72, he might score. He might score with no throw. He'll score with no throw. And Carlos, not great speed. Will he get down the third is the question. Yep, so it'll be first and third. And the Blue Jays are on the board here. And all this coming with 2 outs. Bobby Witt with the walk. And now he's got himself a 7-1 ball game. Runners still on the pads at first and third for Tony Fernandez, and he's 1 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. And that's going to be a Baltimore chop. And he'll throw down the first. Pudge gets the out. And that'll end the inning. But the Jays get on the board. It's 7-1. So we go to the top of the fifth. Now, like I say, Tom Hinkey's going to come in the game and pitch. And he'll be facing Mark, Pudge, and Buddy. And Mark Texas 2 for 2. He's got a double, a homer, and 4 RBIs, folks. Having a hell of a game, and that ball is high. I say he's having a hell of a game. That ball is high. That ball is far. And he says right, left, it don't matter. And now he hits one left-handed. Hits a homer right-handed, left-handed. Hits that one right back. Get to a 7-run lead. Gets welcomed to the game rudely here. And before that, I don't think he had an ERA. Let's look. I forgot to do that. Let's see here. He had given up 2 runs on 3 innings. Tom did. And he had no record. And now you got Pudge up with nobody on, nobody out. He's 1 for 2 today. Came around to score in the third. And that's going to be a slow roller down the short. He'll take his time and throw Pudge out for out number 1. And Buddy Bell's up now. He's 1 for 2 with a homer in this game. A 2-run shot back in the third. And we drop the dice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. This time Guerrero makes a nice play. Throws over to first for out number 2. And Rusty's up now. And he's 1 for 2 with a double. And that's going to be a base on balls. And a 2-out walk gets the pitcher out of the way. And Bobby Witt get in this hit parade. He's over 2 with 2 strikeouts. And that's going to be against the righty, 16. And we don't need no stinking DH. Bobby Witt puts on the Jets, beats out the infield hit. And we got first and second. And 2 outs. Let's see, does everybody have a hit now? Let's take a look here. Everybody gets a hit. You get a hit. He gets a hit. Every Ranger's got a hit today. Bobby wanted to be part of that crew. Oh, good for you, bud. Did they answer you? And David said he asked him about being able to see the players' stats. And now you got Mickey up, and Mickey's having a good game. He's 1 for 3 with a RBI. He had a homer in the first, and he's got another hit, folks. And these Jays just can't get out of their own way. And that ball is hit well. That ball is driven into the gap in right field. And that's going to be a triple for Mickey Rivers. And this massacre just keeps continuing. A 2 RBI triple for Rivers. And it is a 10-1 good buddy game. And a runner down at third. And all this coming with 2 outs. Tom can't get that all-important third out. Now you got a runner at third and Frank Cone up. and he's 1-for-3. He singled back in the first, and that'll be against the righty, 22, and that'll be a pop up down out in shallow center field. Vernon comes charging in, makes the catch, but 3 more runs score, and it's a 10-1 lead. And the Jays are just getting lit up. They got the big boys due up here. Olerud, Vlad, and Barfield. John's 0-for-1. He did walk in the first. Yeah, they sure are, Dave. Sure. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out John for out number 1. And Vlad comes to the plate. And he's 1-for-2. He's singled. And that's going to be against the lefty, 15. And that's going to be another base hit. An infield hit for Glad. Oh, Vladimir on again for the second time today. That brings up Jesse Barfield. And Jesse is 0-for-2. He is struck out and grounded out. And that is going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a hit by pitch unless he's an HB0. Bobby a little wild. Short didn't hit him on purpose. Now we got first and second. And let's see if they can take advantage of this. Vernon Wells is up. Vernon's 0-for-2. He is grounded out twice. And he does take advantage of it. Let's see where this ball ends up at, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. Vernon Wells with a 3-run homer. And it's a 10-4, good buddy. It's just a slugfest here today. The Rangers are now up by 6. And Shannon's up. He's 0-for-2, grounded out the short twice. And that's going to be another Baltimore chop in front of the plate. A 62 and a 9 catcher. And that's going to be fielding too. Actually, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Pudge drops the ball, has to fire down the first, but they do strike him out for out number 2. That brings up Ernie now. And WITT 0-for-2. He did reach on an error and come around the score and run in the 4th. And a 35. That's going to be a base on balls. And now we'll have to pitch hit for Tom. We're going to be running out of relievers here soon. That'll be the problem. Garvin will come in and pitch. Let's see, he's going to come in here now and pitch hit. And Jose's going to come in. Bastia is going to come in and pitch hit. They don't have any more lefties on the bench. Let's see what old Jose can do here. And he is batting .250 on the year, no homers, as Alan Shaw joins us here today. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Young. He fires across the diamond for out number 3. And that'll do it. But the 3-run homer makes it a 10-4 ball game. And we go to the top of the 6th. And we'll have a new pitcher here for the Blue Jays. As Garvin's going to come out of the bullpen. And Garvin's 3rd appearance of the year, no record and no ERA. He'll be facing Young, Gonzalez, and Tex. Toronto's upcoming schedule. They leave town and go to Minnesota to take on the Twins. And then they travel after a 3-game series down to Texas to take on these Rangers down in Arlington. Michael Young's 1-for-3. He has scored twice. He's actually reached base all 3 times, once on a fielder's choice, the single, and the air. And they finally get him out without reaching base. They strike him out. Garvin comes in, gets the first out. And Gonzalez comes up now, and he's 1 for 3 today. And he came around the score. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Alomar. 2 quick outs here in the 6th. And Mark comes up and texts. He's a perfect 3 for 3 today. 2 homers, a double, and 5 RBIs. And they finally get him out. Garvin strikes him out, gets a 1-2-3 inning. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Got the top of the order due up here against Bobby. And Alomar's a perfect 2 for 2 against him. He is singled twice and walked in the 3rd. And that's going to be the first time he gets him out. And that's a swing and a miss. That's WITT's 5th strikeout to go with his 4 walks. And Tony comes up now 1 for 3. Single back in the 3rd. And that's going to be against the righty. That is going to be a fly ball. Rusty makes a nice play out there. Takes a hit away from Tony for out number 2. And it's up to John to keep this inning alive. He's 0 for 2. He did walk in the game. And that's going to be another base on balls. And that's his 5th walk by WITT. It's been getting him in trouble. See if Guerrera can take advantage of it. He's 2 for 3 today. 2 infield hits. And that's going to be against the righty. 15. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Rusty, and that'll end the inning. And the Blue Jays strand 1. We go to the top of the 7th in a 10-4 ball game. You got Rodriguez, Bell, and Rusty due up here against Garvin. And Pudge is 1 for 3 today. Came around the score in the 3rd. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Garvin, that's his 3rd strikeout since coming in the game. And now you got Buddy Bell up. Buddy's 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Garvin is just mowing them down here, folks. 2 quick outs here, 2 strikeouts. And Rusty, can he strike the side out? He's 1 for 2. He is singled and walked. And now guess what? That's good morning, good afternoon, and good night. We go to the 7th inning stretch. Garvin strikes the side out and gets his 5th strikeout out of 6 batters. And it's a 10-4 ball game. And Bobby WITT is due to lead off the 8th. They want to see if he can get through this 7th inning. He's got Barfield, Wells, and Stewart. Jesse is 0 for 2. He has been hit by a pitch and came around the score. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So a leadoff double. Bobby might be not able to get out of this inning, folks. So now you got a runner down at second. Vernon Wells is 1 for 3. He hit the 3-run homer back in the 5th. And that's going to be against the righty, a 17. And that's going to be a single in the left field. Let's see if Jesse can come around the score on this. That will be a 6. It'll be a 43. And a 16. A 28. And with nobody out there, they want to take the chance. Yeah, they're going to send him a 54 or lower. He's safe at home. And he barely's in there. Pudge is jumping up and down, swears he put the tag on him. But the ump says safe. And that's an RBI single. And it is now a 10-5 ball game. These Blue Jays ain't giving up yet. And that'll get the bullpen up. And John Wetland, he's getting up in the bullpen. They don't have a lefty in the bullpen either. So John's getting up. And that brings up Stewart now, and he didn't score. So let's redo that. Jesse's supposed to score. So a single in the left field, and the runner should score. And now you got Stewart up with a runner down at first, nobody out. And a 10-5 ball game. Shannon's 0 for 3. And that's going to be against the righty, and that's going to be a 15. Nope, that's going to be a 14. And that's going to be an infield hit. And all of a sudden here, Bobby's in a heap of trouble. Now it's first and second. And still nobody out. They're looking to turn 2 with Ernie up. Ernie's 0 for 2. He did walk, reached on an air, and came around to score. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? And kiss it goodbye. That's a 3-run homer by Ernie WITT. And that's going to be it for Bobby WITT. And it is now a 2-run ball game, folks. 10-8. Which once was a 9-run lead is now a 2-run lead. And Bobby can't make it out of this inning. And we're going to do a double switch here. Rusty's going to come out of the game. Hamilton's going to come in the game, batting the 9 spot. And Wetland will come in and bat in the 8 spot. Crazy. I just used the the Q factor there, that Q2. Yeah, and of course the run factor. If you now he's got 7 runs within 3 innings. It's actually 5. Would drop him by 5 points in the master game. So that's going to be it for WITT. And now we're going to bring in John, and he'll bat in the 8 spot where Rusty was. And Hamilton will come in and bat in the 9 spot and play left field. Now there's nobody on, nobody out, and a 10-2 ball game. And that'll be it for Jerry. I hate to take him out of the game, to be honest. Sure, he's pitching so damn well. There's Sean. He's going to come in to pitch. Like I say, Jerry was pitching a damn good game. So let's see who's going to come off the bench here now. Try to get a base runner on and bring the tying run to the plate. And Aaron Hill's going to come out of the dugout. See if he can get on base here and get the tying run up. And Aaron is 0 for 4, looking for his first hit of the year here, folks. Gotcha. Yeah, nothing wrong with that, buddy. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Buddy. He fires over to first for the first out of this inning. So now there's 1 out. And we're back to the top of the order in Alomar. And Alomar's 2 for 3 with an RBI today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Tex. He'll take it himself, call John off. And John is second appearance, got a save and a 3.86 ERA. And now Tony's up with nobody on and 2 outs. Tony's 1 for 4. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. John comes in and does his job. Puts an amen to this. We go to the top of the 8th, and it's just a 2-run lead now. It is 10-8. You got Hamilton due up, followed by Rivers and Francone. Like I say, Oshie's going to come in the game here and pitch and try to keep it a 2-run game. And he'll bat in the 9 spot. And now Hamilton's first plate appearance of the game. He's only batting 167, off to a slow start, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Oshie's second appearance of the year. No record and no ERA, and he strikes out Josh. You see Texas's upcoming schedule. They stay on the road to go to Chicago and play 2 games there. Then they go home to take on these Blue Jays. Now you got the top of the order up, and Rivers, who's 2 for 4. He's got a triple and a homer. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Vernon for out number 2. Excuse me. And Julio is up, and he's 1 for 4. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. 1, 2, 3 goes the Rangers. To the bottom of the 8th we go. And he'll be facing the 3, 4, 5 hitters here. Olerud, Guerrera, and Barfield. And John's 0 for 2, but he has walked twice in the game. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. He turns on that one, and that brings a tying run to the plate, folks. Hard to believe that the tying run is at the plate, which once was a 10-1 ball game. And Vlad is 2 for 4 today. Here's the pitch to Guerrera. He's a double play candidate, but that's going to be lifted in the right field. Gonzalez makes the catch for out number 1. Now you got Jesse Barfield up with 1 out and 1 on. 1 for 3 with a double. He has scored twice. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. John strikes him out. And now we got Mr. Vernon Wells up. And Vernon is 2 for 4 with a homer and an RBI single. He's got 4 RBIs on the day. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. And that'll end the inning. So the runner gets stranded at first, a leadoff runner. We go to the top of the 9th in a 10-8 ball game. And you got Young, Gonzalez, and Tex due up. Michael's 1 for 4. He has scored twice. Been on base 3 out of the 4 times. And that's going to be a grounder down the 3rd. And Guerrero is going to boot that. That's his second error of the game. That's another E5. Young's down at first, and the Jays can't afford to give up more runs. And now Gonzalez is 1 for 4 today. And Juan singled back in the 3rd and came around the score. And that's going to be lifted in the left field. That'll be out number 1. And Young's still down there at first. And here's the man of the day. He is 3 for 4 with 2 homers, a double, and 5 RBIs. And is he done yet? 16 and an 8. That's going to be a pop-up. Gets under this one, folks. That's going to be a pop-up down the 3rd. Guerrero makes the play this time for out number 2. That brings up Pudge Rodriguez now. And Pudge is having a good game. He's 1 for 4 today. And that's going to be a fly ball again out to the left this time. And that'll end the inning. So the leadoff error doesn't cost them. We're going to the bottom of the 9th in a 10-8 ball game. Let's see here. You got Stewart, then a lefty, but I still think you got to bring in BJ. So who are they going to bring in here? Do they want to bring in somebody other than Wetland? That is the question. Who do they got out there that they could bring in? They don't have a lefty in the bullpen. And I think they're going to bring in David Baldwin. He's going to come in here. So David's going to come in here for Wetland. He'll bat in the 8th spot. And he'll try to save this game, folks. So John comes out. And this is David's second appearance. No record and no ERA. He'll have the bottom part of the order due up. Stewart, Witt, and a pitch hitter here. Shannon's 1 for 4. He did score in this game. That's going to be a swing and a miss. David strikes him out for out number 1. And here is the man that's hitting the ball well, batting .462 on the year. He has a 3-run homer in this game, and that's Ernie Witt. That's going to be a ground ball down the buddy. Easy play, fires over to first, and the Jays are down to their last out. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. Try to keep this ball game alive. They don't have any lefties on the bench. Bichette, old Bo's going to come off the bench. Try to get on here and bring the tying run to the plate. And Bo is batting .500. He's 2 for 4 on the year. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be an infield hit. This game's not over yet, folks. Bo gets a board here with a single down the short. Young has no play deep in the hole. So now you got the runner down at first. And Alomar's up. And Roberto is 2 for 4. Having a fine game here. And here's the pitch to Alomar. And that's going to be is that going to be a wild pitch? Yep, that's going to be a wild pitch. Of course, that run means nothing. Now you got a runner down at second. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Alomar. And that's going to be against the righty, 15 and 9. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And let's see if Hamilton can throw him out. They're going to be sending him, that's for sure. And 2. That'll be a 48. Hamilton's got a damn good arm out there. 27. And that will be a 53 or lower. It's a 1-run ball game. And he's in there. So that's an RBI single. And it's a 1-run game. Tying run at first. Go ahead, run at the plate. And do they? And I think they might. If they got anybody who can play third, that might be the problem. Though I'd love to bring Josh Donaldson in here. But I don't think they got anybody who can play third. I mean, play short. So I think Tony's going to have to bat for himself. Well, Bo can play short, so they're going to pitch hit for him. So Donaldson's going to come out of the dugout. Bo, who just came in to score, can stay in the game if they tie it up. So that's going to be it for Tony. And Josh Donaldson's coming off the bench, folks. See if he can tie this game up or win it here on a walk-off. And Josh is batting .667, no homers and no RBIs. And that's not going to get it done. That's a ground ball down to Young. He fires over to second to short way, and that ends the ball game. But the Blue Jays make a game out of it. Texas hangs on to win 10-9. What a crazy game, folks. Texas takes the series 2-3. Take a look here at this crazy game in the box score here. And the Rangers, 10 runs on 12 hits and an error. The Blue Jays, 9 runs, 13 hits, out-hit them, and 2 errors. And like I say, everybody for the Rangers that started got a hit, including Bobby Witt. Mark Textera, 3 for 5 with 2 homers, a double, and 5 RBIs. Look at Mickey Rivers, 2 for 5 with a homer, a triple, and 3 RBIs. Rangers were 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position, took advantage of it when they had the chance, only left 5 men on base. Alomar was 3 for 5. Then you had old Guerrera was 2 for 5. Vernon Wells 2 for 5. And look, the Blue Jays was 6 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Wells and Witt had homers in the game. They left 11 men on base, folks. Remember, they left the bases loaded in the bottom of the first. We talked about that when it happened. We'll take a look here. I'll take a look. That's definitely my fault if it isn't on there, David. And you got Witt. He's 1-0. He sure didn't pitch a very good game, but he picks up the win. 6 innings, 10 hits, 8 runs, only 7 of them earned. Walked 5, struck out 5, gave up 2 homers. Wetland comes in 2 innings and 1 hit and struck out 2. And David Baldwin comes in, gets a save, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run, struck out 1. And the boomer, he got boomed. 0-1, couldn't make it out of the third inning. 2 2/3, 8 hits, 7 runs, struck out 1, 3 homers. Ward comes in, pitches an inning and a third, 1 hit, struck out 3. And Tom comes in and adds gasoline to the fire. 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, and gave up a homer. Then the rest of the bullpen did a great job. Garvin comes in 2 innings and 5 strikeouts. Oshie comes in 2 innings and 2 strikeouts. Take a look here at the standings and American League and the leaderboard. The Yankees are now 2 games up on the game and a half up on the Jays. Baltimore 2 games back. The Red Sox 2.5, and the Devil Rays 3. And in the Central, the Tigers are a half a game up on the Indians. Casey's a game back, and Minnesota and Chicago a game and a half back. And the Rangers, with that win, get back in first place, tied with Seattle. The A's are a game and a half back, and the Angels 2 games back. Jim Thome leading with a .533 average. 4 homers. Thome and his teammate Ramirez leads the league. Now Ernie Witt and Jim Thome are tied with 8 RBIs on the year. And of course, ERA leader still at 0. Tied for 1 win, everybody is. And JJ for the Mariners with 3 saves. And Jim Thome still leading in the MVP voting. And Jim Palmer still leading in the Cy Young. And David said that Mr. Young's arm rating wasn't in there. So we'll take a look here and put that in. I didn't want that. Why did you click on that? Didn't want that. Want this. There we go. A little behind the scenes. Go to Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. Go to Michael. And let's see here. And Mr. Young. And you are correct. His arm's not in there. So we'll put his arm rating in here. Thank you. Appreciate it, buddy. So his arm is a 35. We'll get rid of this. He doesn't need this stuff either. Paste. righty, a little behind the scenes look. And let's see here. Put his arm up here too. Alrighty, we got that done. And now the next game is going to be the final game here on April 3rd series. And if I remember right, it's going to be San Diego and Cardinals. And I think it's a 3-game series. Let's take a look here. See if it's a 3-game series. 1, 2, 3. See if they play on the 6th. Yeah, it's a 3-game series. That'll be the next game on the channel. Next series will be the Padres traveling to St. Louis to take on the Cardinals. Yeah, it happens, Dave, when you're putting in 1,000-something players. Yes, it does. Yep, I even go back and check it and still screw it up. Yep. So I want to thank David Allen Shaw for stopping by today. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. It don't cost you a dime to do it. And hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.